So, do I need to run for cover while you vent after another Preds loss?
I ain't got nothing.
Really? Nothing?
Like, I'll break down this game somewhat, but if this team, game after game, especially at home inside Bridgestone Arena, is not going to show me the passion enough to fight back and then say post game that they need a wake up call, then what am I to say game after game? I'm not going to put my heart through that beating. Preds lose 5-2 to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Despite the fact that the Preds and Penguins only face twice a year, it doesn't take very much for Preds fans to get fired up for a Preds home game against Pittsburgh, because all they need to do is think back to June 3rd, 2017 and the Preds' first ever Stanley Cup final home game and the joy that that day brought to them. Those were the days, huh? I'd love to relive a wonderful night like that after a disastrous effort like this. You could always count on the fans in the arena to be fired up for a game like this. Unfortunately, the team can't go 82-0, but you expect a better effort than the players did tonight. First period, stop me if you've heard this before. Penguins score on their very first shot of the game by Dominic Simon, making it 1-0 Pittsburgh. Pex, you can't let that one get by you. Preds do tie it a little bit later, and after some confusion about who scored it, whether or not it was Ekholm, it is awarded to Craig Smith correctly. Later, a chain reaction occurs when Nick Bonino trips Zach Austin Reese, and Colton Sissons is hurt in the process, and he leaves the game. He would be seen post-game in the locker room wearing a walking boot. On that Nick Bonino penalty, Ryan Johansson gets a great chance to score shorthanded, but hits the post a couple inches the other way into the net, and perhaps this final result is in the Preds' favor, because from there, Dan Hamhuis would be hit in the face with the puck from a shot from a Penguins player, and he would go to the locker room, and he would also not return to the game. It's a good thing that Colin Blackwell and Jared Tenorti were recalled from Milwaukee Friday morning, and the horrific night for the Preds would continue, as just as the Bonino penalty is about to end, Galchenyuk, right in front of Rene, tips in the puck through his 5-hole, Pittsburgh 2, Nashville 1. Yeah, maybe that goal is on Rene as well, but Preds, get out of the way and stop causing a massive screen so he can see where the puck is. Shortly after that, the Penguins make it 3-1, and Pex's night is done, and UC Saros is coming into the game. Third goal was by no means Pex's fault, but the Preds defense was weak again. The Pens are outnumbered by the Preds, but it doesn't matter because the Preds defense is not intimidating enough, so they skate right in there, and the goalie has no chance no matter who is in net, no matter who is coming in to score. The only choice at this point in the game is to put Saros in the net and try to salvage this game and give this team a wake-up call. Unfortunately, too many times this season, unless everything is perfect from where the forwards are to where the defense is to the goalie making the perfect save, goals happen again and again against, as compared to previous seasons where the Preds' goaltending could be counted on to bail out the mistakes of the forwards and the D. In the second period, Rust would make it 4-1 for the Penguins, and yes, Saros is a little further out of his net than we'd all like him to be on that goal, but how can Josi, Ellis, and Granlund not push Rust out of the way as he skates right in untouched on Saros to score that goal? Preds goaltending is not Superman, guys. It can't do everything. Do you need to relearn how to play in your own zone? Preds would go on to trail 5-1 after 2. And there it is, the shot quantity over shot quality again, as the Preds are out shooting the Penguins 23-16 after 2 periods. Not much going on in the third period in terms of scoring or penalties until about 11 minutes left to go in the third, when Ekholm gets into a fight with Evgeny Malkin. Out of the giant scrum that would ensue, Ekholm would get a game misconduct, and it seemed to rejuvenate the Preds, at least for a little while, as Arby would reduce the Pens' lead to 5-2. Here is something new to see. With Hamhuis out of the game due to injury and Ekholm gone due to the misconduct, Calle Jarnkrok is now playing defense for your Nashville Predators. Now I wonder if he can play goal better than the current guys can. In the final minutes, the Preds would attempt to pull Saros to help them come back in the game. Not a lot would happen in that final sequence for the boys in gold, but a highlight for the Pens was that Jari had a chance at the empty net, but missed. That certainly would have been something for the Preds record book with everything else that went wrong tonight, having a goalie score against you. Final horn sounds. The misery is over for tonight, at least, as the Penguins beat the Preds 5-2. This team certainly has had a lot more letdown games at home than on the road this season, and I don't really know what to make of it. Other than the 9-4 loss in Colorado, and maybe the 3-0 loss in Florida, this team has had a lot more disastrous efforts at home inside Bridgestone Arena than they have had on the road. After tonight, this team is going to have to hope to make up for the home lapses, as their next 4 games are on the road and their next 7 of 8 games are on the road. The Preds won't have to wait very long to get back at it to try and fix this, as they are in Pittsburgh tomorrow. What message was shared amongst the players on the bench and in the locker room after the game that will hopefully inspire better work ethic tomorrow? One can only hope. On the bright side, I will say this team seemed a lot more invested in the third period than they did 2 weeks ago versus Dallas. But why do you continue to put yourself in this predicament of having holes to climb out of is the issue. I have to say too, I'm a little concerned when the captain is saying post-game that the team needs a wake-up call after a game like this. If that's the lesson after tonight, then what did you learn from the Dallas game then? So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit like if you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you really liked it. After lackluster efforts like this, you can find my social media links by clicking on the channel name. Remind all of your Preds friends, remain positive. The Winter Classic is 5 days away.